Practical Magic was released in October 1998, directed by Griffin Dunne and based on best-selling author Alice Hoffman's 1995 novel. The film stars Sandra Bullock as the sensible Sally Owens, Nicole Kidman as the bohemian wild child Jillian, and the unforgettable Stockard Channing and Diane Wiest as their aunts. While the story blends romance, family drama, and a touch of witchcraft, what truly enchanted audiences was the Owens family home. A house so iconic it became a character in its own right. A white Victorian perched on the cliffs with a wraparound porch and a kitchen fans still dream about today. In today's video, we're going to break down this incredible home room by room, explore the design choices that made it unforgettable, and I'll give you some tips on how you can recreate the look in your own home, even if you don't live in a witchy, whimsy-goth seaside mansion. First, a little background and the heartbreaking truth. The Owens house doesn't actually exist. The exterior was a temporary facade built on San Juan Island in Washington and torn down after filming. The interiors were created on a soundstage in Los Angeles. The production designer Robin Standifer crafted the overall look, and she collaborated with Stephen Alish to create a home that felt as if it had seen generations of memories. Later, the two designers co-founded the design firm Roman & Williams. Director Griffin Dunne later said, "Robin had the most extraordinary taste I've ever seen. Her designs for that witch house and the spell book and all that, I have them framed in my house." Standifer wanted the Owens house to be a sanctuary that felt timeless and immersive. She said, "There was a whole world in this house and garden. These women are outcasts and this place is their sanctuary." Equally as important to the design was set decorator Claire Genoa Bowen. She sourced antiques, furnishings, and other props which, once arranged, gave the home its personality, sense of history, and brought it to life. The result? A house that feels authentic, cozy, and has lived-in details that feel timeless. Gothic Victorian architecture layered with cozy domestic details created a believable fantasy home. The Owens home is a towering Victorian with Queen Anne influences, steeply pitched roofs, asymmetry, and that unforgettable wraparound porch. Painted a weathered white, it stands out against the dramatic cliffs by the sea. It is both welcoming and a little eerie. On top of the house, we see its Widow's Walk, which was a common feature in 19th century North American coastal homes. Also called a roof walk or widow's watch, these railed platforms were named for wives who watched for their mariner husbands' return from sea. While this is the romanticized use for the vantage point for scanning the horizon, it is historically accurate and may be a nod to the bad romantic luck of the Owens women due to Maria's curse. Another architectural detail that may be hard to see is the decorative gingerbread fretwork on the exterior. It's often covered with greenery, but it adds another layer of authenticity, tying back to Victorian architecture, while the overgrown roses and vines show the audience that the house and the grounds have been living together for a long time. The gardens, with their white picket fence, trellis, herbs, and climbing roses, give the home a lush, romantic, untamed storybook quality. To bring this style into your home, try using wicker or wood furniture on your porch, lanterns, or rocking chairs. Plant herbs like lavender, rosemary, and thyme, or flowers like roses for that enchanted but slightly wild feel. As we move into the interior of the home, you'll notice contrasting color everywhere. The entryway woodwork is painted dark black, while the walls are painted a dirty beige. The paint in the kitchen is light cream, and the tiling is a yellow cream, but appears black under certain lights. The dining room is a mix of dark wainscoting and pale walls. These light and dark choices within the home may symbolize the story's themes of opposites living together. Sally and Jillian, good and evil, practicality and magic. The layout reflects classic Victorian principles, separate rooms for separate purposes. Public versus private spaces mattered in Victorian homes, and we see that here too. The parlor was for guests and entertaining, while other rooms were kept for family and meant for rest, food prep, or cooking. The separate rooms are also tied to 19th century health concerns. Smaller divided spaces improved ventilation, controlled odors, and kept heating efficient. While the home is divided into many rooms, it is united in its color scheme and decor. Nature fills the home in the form of living plants and flowers, as well as botanical art, the wallpaper, and in the patterned rugs. Lighting around the home is either natural or kept low, which creates a cozy feeling, with wall sconces, table lamps, floor lamps, candles, and fireplaces. Stained glass and gingerbread-style fretwork continue inside, creating continuity from the exterior design. Portraits of generations of Owens women are scattered throughout the house, adding depth and a sense of their long family history. The kitchen is the true heart of the Owens home, the place for margaritas, family bonding, and casting spells. The kitchen includes a dining nook and connects to the staircase, greenhouse, and pantry, making it the most central room in the house. Design details include the Aga range, a plate rack over the white farmhouse sink, and a mix of glass front and closed cupboards. The square backsplash tiles are a creamy-looking yellow, and the farmhouse cabinetry features mismatched knobs with white porcelain on the upper cabinets and bronze or aged brass on the lower cabinets. While the design is beautifully detailed and functional, the props make the kitchen come alive. On the countertops, we see cooking utensils and other kitchen supplies, as well as food and herbs, while homemade candles and garlic hang on the walls. Antique and vintage copper pots and pans, yellowware bowls, and whiteware pieces are in the cabinets and on the shelves. Even these dishes tell a story. Yellowware originated in England and spread to the United States in the 19th century, while ironstone and whiteware brought durability and everyday beauty. These pieces have likely been passed down for generations. Between the design and the decor, the kitchen feels lived in, which is more than we can say for some of the people in it. For your own kitchen, invest in a large wooden table. Use open shelving to display servingware and cookware, hang herbs or copper pots, and mix practical pieces with whimsical details like apothecary jars, mismatched china, and a lamp on the countertop. Next, we step into the magical greenhouse off of the kitchen. The Owenses use this space for growing things like flowers, plants, and herbs, as well as storing extra food. Young Sally uses the greenhouse to cast her anti-love spell. Its structure is framed out and entirely glass, so sunlight filters through, making the greenery grow. The room is filled with terracotta pots, baskets of ginger and eggs, jars of herbs, and stained glass accents. Everything feels organic, collected, and timeless. To bring this feeling home, start a plant corner or indoor greenhouse shelf. Use terracotta pots, trailing ivy, and herbs in jars. Add lanterns, glass cloches, or wrought iron details. Even a sunny window with a row of potted herbs can capture the Owens' magical mood. Tucked off the kitchen is the pantry, a small but unforgettable space. In many ways, it reflects the Victorian idea of keeping food storage separate from the main kitchen to preserve freshness and organization. The pantry in Practical Magic consists of several dark wood cabinets, which are paired with a lighter colored cabinet and beadboard walls. These color choices echo the contrasts we see throughout the house. Props in this space include glass jars of herbs, spices, and dried goods, as well as vintage kitchenware that looks both practical and timeless. It's a space that feels alive with daily use, but also hints at ritual, a place where ingredients for spells and for meals might be kept side by side. To create this look in your own home, designate a small shelving area or cabinet for glass jars, dried herbs, and vintage containers. Using mismatched labels, baskets, and old apothecary bottles can instantly bring that sense of charm and everyday magic. Next, we move into the parlor, the room meant for entertaining guests and not the ghosts of bad boyfriends. The parlor features a fireplace and dark wood wainscoting paired with patterned wallpaper or a stencil that features nature motifs, birds, vines, and leaves. Depending on the lighting, the wallpaper looks like a creamy yellow or a pale green. The furniture is vintage or antique and includes sofas, armchairs, and a piano. It's a cozy and layered room, and it's peppered with oil paintings, botanical art, plush chairs, antique tables, shelves of books, various ambient light sources, and heavy drapes. While the floors are dark, they are covered with a patterned antique rug in tan and brown colors to bring in texture and warmth to the room. Add character to your living room with second-hand or vintage furniture. Use warm, low lighting from table lamps or sconces. Layer textures with rugs, throws, and pillows. Create your own witchy library with antique books, crystals, or family photos that feel personal and storied. While dining rooms are traditionally meant for entertaining and eating with guests, the untraditional nature of the aunts is reflected in how they use the dining room for other purposes. It is a creative space to practice magic, to weave fabric, and play. The dining room is rich in symbolism. Sheer curtains embroidered with stars hang in the windows and are a nod to a reoccurring celestial theme. Stars and moons appear throughout the film, here in the home's design, in spells, and on Sally's true love's sheriff's badge. In witchcraft, stars symbolize hope and spiritual guidance, serving as a link between earthly and cosmic realms. Ritualistic star symbols are used to channel energy, provide protection, and embody the balance of the 5 elements. They also act as mystical gateways and powerful talismans. The presence of stars in the dining room ties the Owens' domestic life directly to their magical lineage. Other dining room decor includes candles, art, and assorted personal objects. The walls feature dark wainscoting with what looks like an inset of vine-printed wallpaper with a medium brown base color, which gives it an aged look. The creamy yellow paint seen throughout the home makes an appearance above the woodwork, reestablishing the mix of light and dark. To bring similar elements to your space, use light sheer curtains that play with natural light. Look for fabrics with celestial patterns, or add star-shaped lanterns, mirrors, or small celestial accents to your space. While we see Sally's daughters and Jillian in beds, the only traditional bedroom we see in the Owens house is Sally's. Her carved wooden bed is painted a creamy yellow-white, and the paint is chipping away, which creates an aged look, giving us the impression that the bed frame has been softened by time. The bed is fitted with linen sheets and layered with a golden blanket, which gives the bed a textured, cozy feel. This warm feeling continues throughout the room with a fireplace, floral rug, and pale walls that look plastered or lime-washed. Most of the conversations in Sally's bedroom revolve around love and romance, and the room itself reflects that mood. From the soft designs on the walls to the flowers and pale pink tones in the rug, the elegant silver candlestick holders, and the gentle glow of the table lamps, the fireplace, and candles. Sally's silver candlestick holders and lamp bases add both elegance and symbolic meaning. In magic, silver is tied to the moon, intuition, and protection. While Sally's bedroom is mostly light in color, some dark wood furniture and accent pieces provide contrast, which continues the theme of duality seen throughout the home and the film. The last space is the attic, which is a large open space with vaulted ceilings. It seems like a multi-purpose catch-all place as it provides storage for everything from magical elements and tools to children's toys to extra furniture and lighting. The attic also doubles as an extra bedroom. When Jillian moves back into the home, she appears to take up residence in the attic. Maybe free-spirited Jillian was drawn to the large, airy space rather than a traditional bedroom. Perhaps it's less symbolic and more practical that production needed to save money and consolidated sets. In any case, the attic embodies the balance between cozy domestic life and otherworldly practice. To recreate these spaces, choose vintage wood or metal bed frames, add patterned quilts, warm-colored throws or linen bedding, and opt for soft, layered lighting instead of harsh overheads. If you have an attic or creative nook, use it as a studio or sanctuary filled with your personal treasures. A few more general decorating tips to get the look of the Owens home, a layered home with history. Try bringing in portraits and nature-themed paintings in old frames. Include antique and vintage furniture that is weathered or patinaed. Create collections of bowls, pitchers, candlestick holders, and old books to display on your shelves or mantle. Experiment with the Owens color scheme of light creams, yellows, and whites balanced with tan, deep brown, and black, and pops of natural green. Adding natural elements and texture is key, whether through baskets or rugs, or through pieces that you have collected from the forest, the garden, the beach, or your walk in the park. Think shells, rocks, birds' nests, wildflowers, or whatever speaks to you. Display them on their own, or in apothecary jars, or under a glass cloche. So why does this house still capture us decades later? Because it's more than a movie set. It's a fantasy of a home. It's safe, cozy, imperfect, and magical all at once. It feels lived in, layered, and timeless. Robin Standifer once said she preferred to think in terms of experience rather than design, and that's exactly what the Owens house achieves. It tells a story through every detail. And maybe what we really love isn't just the design of the house, but the lessons that it holds. It reminds us that a sister's bond is unbreakable. It reveals that belief has the power to shape reality. It shows us that when women stand together, they are unstoppable. It reminds us of the duality of life, the balance of sweet and sour, light and dark, good and evil, practicality and magic. And it reminds us that there is strength in honoring family and embracing a little magic wherever we can. In the end, what makes the Owens house unforgettable isn't just its architecture, interior design, or decor. It's the reminder that love, history, and everyday magic are what truly make a house a home. So whether you're brewing potions or just making tea, you can bring a little practical magic into your home with thoughtful antiques, vintage finds, and a touch of whimsy. Which room was your favorite? The kitchen? Sally's bedroom? Let me know in the comments. If you liked this video, give it a like and check out my Whimsy Goth design style video. You may enjoy that one as well. If you love design deep dives into iconic homes and interior design styles, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you get an alert when I post new videos. I'll see you next Saturday. Thanks for watching. Bye!